All right, this is One Eye Scout, man. We're at an unbelievable event, Hoops on Houston Street, and I ran into our girl, Asia.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, you've been a little bit of out in front of everyone. You know, one of the leaders from San Antonio, staying home at UTSA.
Yes, sir.
40% from three your freshman year.
Yes, sir, I was.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. As a freshman, I got freshman of the week 3 times. It was just, I loved it. I really enjoy being here at UTSA. It's amazing. Just staying in the gym, shooting every night, it's a big improvement.
All right, so adjusting to college basketball and studies as a freshman. Got any advice about our seniors coming up?
I would say, coming from high school to college, I would say for sure work hard every single day. There's always girls working. I would say stay in the gym. When you get to college, everybody's good, so you're not just going to be the best one on the team.
Anything you want to say? A plug, your NIL, your whatever, anything you want to talk about, and we'll work it in right quick.
I just want to give a big shout out to UTSA women's basketball. I'm sorry.
All right, we got 2 questions.
Okay.
One, what's your hobby outside of basketball?
I love doing Legos.
Legos!
Yes, I love doing Legos, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, my man Vance always asks this question. If there's one person in heaven that you could bring back to speak with one more time, who would it be?
It'll be my granny. She died when she was around 96, and she just passed 3 years ago, and I love talking to her, and I miss her so much. I do this for her a lot.
That's cool, man. That's cool. All right, this is your 10 seconds of fame.
Yeah!
Give them a shout out.
Shout out UTSA Women's Basketball. Y'all got to come out and support us. We were doing so good. Better than the last 3 years, for sure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Catch us on Tan TV.
Yes, thank you.
So when I show it, man, you better high five me.
I got you.
All right, we're all about social media and helping you get followers. All right, so mine's at the One Eye Scout on all social media. But what they really want to know is how do they follow you?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at AsiaProctor_. Just search up my name and you'll find me.
All right, Clements.
Yeah.
This segment of JUCO Shout Out is very important to me. We're talking about Howard College in Big Spring, Texas, and that's where I chose to go to junior college. The circle has remained and grown networks just based off the shared experiences there at Howard. And, you know, Howard's a cool place. The way the dorms are set, it's got a great baseball program. So it's not Wrigley Field, but the way it was set when I went there, you could sit on the balcony in the second row and watch the ball game. And that was always cool to me. Dorothy Garrett Coliseum, beautiful Coliseum, beautiful parquet floor. And that's honestly, once I saw the floor, I knew that I was going to go to school there. And we get to catch up with Caleb Gaston. He's from right here in San Antonio at MacArthur High School, and he'll be playing at Howard College for his sophomore year. Howard College has been very successful. Looking at statistics and names just in the last 2 years, the top 100 JUCO players of 23, Howard had 5. The negatives of junior college, but the positives are, you know, Howard College is going to develop you. It's a tough conference. There's Division I players all throughout, and this is one of the top conferences in the country. And just recently, Joey Madimba is at Idaho State. He was at Howard. He was an All-American. You know, it just tells you the caliber of players you play against on a day in, day out basis. Let's hear what Caleb has to say, which is the same junior college that I played out with great pride. The Dorothy Garrett Coliseum, you know. So Caleb, tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, your recent transfer, what it's looking like with the team right now.
Gotcha.
I know you're getting ready to go down to. Hey, Caleb, why don't you let us know about the team a little bit? I know you're going to head to the Mullins Jamboree in early October. So I'm
Sir.
going to give you the floor.
Yeah. Caleb Gaston from San Antonio, played at MacArthur, uh, Northeast ISD. Um, Out of high school, I went to Strength and Motion post grad team.
Mhm.
Shout out Mark and Mason, sir, and all them. Uh, After that, transferred to Temple College, played a year there, and now I'm here at Howard. We're looking pretty solid this year. I believe our opening game is defending champs Barton, so that'll be a good game. We've got real tough schedule coming on this year. Some real good guys, real nice, real cool teammates. Coaches are awesome. It's been going well. I'm really excited for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't think people really understand how difficult the conference that you're going to play in
Yes,
really is.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Like last
I
year,
mean,
we we so Region Five. In my opinion, I
hmm
believe Region Five is probably is the best region in the country. Um,
hmm
all three conferences have some heat. As far as the D1 level, all three conferences have heat. Last year I played in North Texas conference in Region Five, and we had some pretty good teams. But we ended up playing beginning of the year teams from the conference that I'm in now in the WAC Jack, and
hmm
every single game was a dogfight. Every single team had 5, 6 plus D1 guys, and when you're going up against that every week in conference play, it's gonna make you better no matter what. So it's exciting. I wish people would understand that too. Yeah,
Yeah, and really, man, that conference is full of, they call them D1 bounce backs.
right, right.
And so I tell guys, like, that's a tough conference to get in because I remember 2 years ago, I think there was an All American at Howard,
Hmm.
and I think average a little bit over 23,
Yeah,
and Howard was at 500 in the conference.
I think that was last year. That might have been
Was it
last
that?
year. I
It,
believe
it, it
so.
was recent, yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. Things can flip on you in a heartbeat. It really
yeah.
can. No matter how many good players you have, it's a grind. It's a grind.
I remember there was a year where Odessa had 10 guys sign scholarship, D1 scholarships.
Yeah, that's I
And I
think
think that was about 4 years ago.
I forgot what school it was, but one of the schools in this conference, they have I think 13 D1 transfers. So they got a whole team of they basically have a D1 team. It's ridiculous. This is the place to be if you're looking to play JUCO. Try your hardest and get in the WAC Jack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what was your first impressions of Big Spring?
Um, so last year at Temple, we played out here, um, and it was a late game. It was cold. I just remember driving out here. There was absolutely nothing. Just dirt, trees, tumbleweeds, little dust tornado every once in a while. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Lots of wildlife, but I mean, it's nice. It's real quiet. Small city. You can stand on a hill and see the whole thing, but it's really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. The community is amazing. We got a local church here that helps out the guys a lot. First day, as soon as I walked in the dorm, we had bedding, we had laundry basket, we had laundry detergent, food, like everything. They from the church. They really helped us out. But the community is amazing. That's one of the things that drew me here. Teachers are
Mhm.
awesome. Everything, just outside of basketball is really great.
Have you been to? I'm assuming it's still a big deal. The Big Spring High School Steers football games.
Yep, the stadium. I'm sitting right next to the stadium right now. You can't see it because the lights are
Oh
off.
yeah,
But yeah, we went to a game. Everybody went, and it was a like a bowl game or something. So there was a ton of people there. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's one thing I remember. And
Yeah,
then on
I
the
work
court.
out. I work out in if I'm working out on my own. I go in the
Mhm.
Coliseum. We
Okay.
can get in there. We can get in there whenever. So I'll be in there at least 4 to 5 times a week, putting up 300 to 500 shots every time I
Mhm.
go in there. And uh, yeah, we lift regularly 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So it's it's wake up, class, and I
Mhm.
don't touch my bed till 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Today was unfortunately, yeah, it's been a long day today because we got late practice, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Anything you miss from home?
Um, just my family and friends, man. I'm real basic. That's about it. Family,
Yeah.
friends. I don't miss the weather one bit. I don't miss the heat. I don't miss the bipolarness. I don't miss
Yeah.
the traffic. None of that, man. Not gonna lie. But yeah,
Well,
family,
you're in a
friends,
great place to grow, man. At that particular at Howard, man, it's basketball or nothing.
basketball class, and you. Yeah, I'm not one to make friends either. So it really forced me
Yeah.
to make friends too. Like I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really talk to too many people out, but yeah, I've made a couple friends and stuff, so it's been going well.
You know what? I remember when I went out there, it was new to me to have a
Hmm.
rodeo team.
To have yes,
Yeah.
that was one cool thing that I remember from my visit because we
Yeah.
walked toured the dorms and they let us in a rodeo guy's room, and I was like, why do they have ropes and cowboy hats everywhere? Like, what's going on? But yeah,
Yeah.
so they have a rodeo team. They're all cool guys too. I got to know some of them, so yeah, all cool guys.
All right. So here's my throwback question to the doghouse.
Right,
You know, when you were at MacArthur, you would stop by every once in a while. Then you get to college and realize that was what you needed.
right.
You came back before your trip to Howard, and JC was there with open arms
Hmm.
and a mean streak.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me, how important do you think like JC was in your development to go to Howard and be ready mentally, physically?
Yeah. So I that I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Hmm.
I started playing basketball when I was 13, 12 or 13. So I'm kind of a late bloomer. And I
Hmm.
was always a baseball player. So I didn't have that edge that all the JC's guys do. Like that
Hmm.
grittiness, that toughness, that you know, F everything. I'm about to go get this attitude that most guys had. So um as I was coming up, I think my sophomore year going into my junior year, I was
Hmm.
playing with Texas Tigers. Shout out Q, shout out Terrence, uh, and we played at JC's gym, and that was the first time I ever went out there. Yeah, I mean, I remember it was like 110 and 110 at 12 o'clock, like 110 degrees outside. There's a donkey in the backyard. Like I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I just remember
Yeah.
being there, and I was like, man, I don't know how people come here every day. Like it's ridiculous. Like how do you do this? So as I kept on going, I got to meet more people who knew JC too. JC, everybody knows JC, but you know, um, I think my year at Strength and Motion helped me realize like, okay, like you really have to put in a whole bunch of work no matter what the circumstance is, even if it's hot outside, even if there's horse poop on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what, like you're gonna have to put in something because you're gonna want to get something back from the game. But yeah, I mean, whenever I went to JC's, I felt like mentally I had put myself through so much adversity that that 110 outside, like the gates open, no AC, I didn't feel it. It wasn't there. So I guess the more adversity that I went to, the more comfortable I was in an uncomfortable setting. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So and
Yeah.
JC pushes that uncomfortability from everyone that has ever went to a workout or played for him or anything like that. He pushes that. So it's just a matter of if you're gonna take it and run with it, or if you're gonna take it and sit down and be quiet. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting that edge as I got older and more mature in the game. So I'm really grateful that he let me go in and show that I'm not that same little light skinned kid from in eighth grade. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful to be a part of anything that he's ever done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And we talk about you, man. We
yeah.
do. We're excited for the season coming up.
I am too, man.
And
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
yeah, man. I appreciate you getting on. I know as a student athlete, your time is precious.
Very, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I do know that, but maybe we'll get you on in a couple of months to kind of follow up. But
yeah,
Caleb, I
totally.
really appreciate you, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
really do.
Yes, sir. No
All
doubt.
right, all right. Thanks everyone for joining us. Tan TV and Caleb Gaston.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, babe.
Yep. You too, man.
Bye.
What's up, guys? I'm Kai Guest, 6'3" guard at John Jay High School. You're going to see me catching bodies all season, and you're watching Tan TV.
Yeah. Welcome to Tan TV. We're excited to have you with us on the It Ain't For Everybody show. We're blessed to have Coach Mike from the Red Ruse organization. We got our man B up there, but we're just ready to dive right in to get some information and go ahead and let us know a little bit about your organization, Mike.
So Red Roo Basketball or Red Roo Sports was founded about 10 years ago, 2014. It's just Red Roo. We're just committed to helping to develop young kids that are from around the Dandong or the Southeast area, whether they're Sudanese or they're from Asia or you know what I mean, Middle East, just from anywhere. We're just focused on developing them and then helping them chase their dreams and aspirations to whether to go to college or become a pro at basketball, or even just get into the game of basketball.
Yeah, Brad's been telling me a little bit, but Brad, I just want to turn it over to you and Mike. I'm just going to sit back and listen uh, and just take notes.
Yeah, Mike here. He's known him for some time now, and I think his organization is going to do some big things in the United States. They already have, but I think it's going to accelerate real fast. There has been a huge push in the United States lately. I think with the success of the Sudanese team in the Olympics, I think it's opened up some eyes of what type of players they have. Red Ruse, as he just stated, isn't specifically players who are Sudanese, but I would say it has a huge percentage of his organization. Am I correct?
Yeah, 100%.
So that being said, where are you at right now? What players do you have here in the United States, and what do you have going on here?
Right now, so we have two at Dawson Community College, as Justin, Kerr.
Yep.
Two at Baltimore Community College, Quitch, Thomas, and then we got one at Northeastern, Trappers, Tessie, and who else do we have? Right. We have a lot of kids everywhere. We have one Division I athlete right now, Delane. He's at Louisiana Southern, and then we have Solomon Cole. He's at a D2 up in Chicago. I forgot the name of the school. Got to do my research on that. And then
Yep.
pretty much we got about, I think we sent 7 kids. We have 7 kids across our high schools in America, all on full rides and good situations. A few have Division I offers and Division I looks. So things are heating up around here.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have about 20 people in the United States right now. I think when people get to know your organization, we can double that number, triple that number.
100%.
Because there are some great athletes in your organization, and there's some great coaching in your organization. Can you tell us a little bit about your development and what you have going on over there as far as development?
Yeah, I unlock it. So development is ran by Coach Tenny Put, who, for y'all don't know, was a part of the South Sudanese Olympic coaching staff. So he's also a skill developer for them. He spent some time with the Hawks on the internship for a few months. So he takes care of all the development, and it's some of the best work I've seen. Like I'm talking about kids that are 12, 10, being able to dribble, move like they're pros already. So he's got that on lock, and I give credit to him on the success of the young guys coming up. And then also you have coaches like me and YG and some other guys who have played Division I basketball, Division II JUCO, giving back game to them, breaking the game down, giving them advice that we found out when we were in college, and then them learning that now. So when they go over, they're prepared and they're ready to dominate, like Justin did, averaging 18 points freshman year. So, I mean, I feel like we have one of the best coaches in the country in my eyes. Like especially for a little program like us, being able to have like coaches that went and played at such high levels, it's a blessing for these kids.
You're being a little humble. A small little organization like yourself, I think you're doing some big things over there.
Yes, sir.
But for all you coaches out there, I want you to hear that he said he had a coach, a skills development coach, that coached for the South Sudan team, the skills development coach for the South Sudan team, and for the Atlanta Hawks. If
He
I
knows
was
his
a coach,
stuff, man. He knows his stuff.
I'm just saying, if I was a coach of the United States and I'm looking for a kid, I might be looking for a kid who's been in an organization picking his brain for some time. So
Hey, Mike, I have a question, man.
Yeah.
How does a player get on your radar or like get involved with your program where you're at right now?
We have tryouts. Sometimes we have tryouts and put them into domestic competitions, and then from then on we just work with them, monitor them, and that's pretty much it. They come in here maybe 3-4 times a week. So they join through tryouts pretty much, and then we put them in domestic competitions, and then sometimes they play representative competitions, and then they also play AAU in Australia for Red Root. And then we just get them out there. They see tape. Just at first, we just want them to play. We just want them to play, and then once they play and they get it, okay, now we, give them good game. Okay, now you got to do this because the most of the kids that we get are raw from the start. They're all raw. Like even when I came here, I was raw, and then we just work their way up.
so you
Some just walk through the door. If I'm being honest, like their parents just, hey, my kid is 14. He's 6'2", 3. Like I want him to play. And then we just go from there. Like, you know what I mean?
so,
See where it
so you
takes them.
so you say you have kids playing AAU. Do you ever bring any of those teams over here to the United States? Ever playing any
Oh yeah,
competition over here?
we went to one in Orlando at the ESPN one last year with Justin, Kerr, and Tessie, the three guys that are at JUCO right now. We went with them. I was coaching that team. We won at ESPN in Orlando. You know where that is, right?
Yes.
We won there, went undefeated, and then we went to the Battle of the Big House in Orlando, Florida, and then we went. I think we won that undefeated as well, and that whole team, bar two players, went on to play college.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So who are some up and coming guys? Who are some guys that coaches here in the United States need to be calling Mike about right now?
I say Manuk Luck. He's in Canada right now. 6'9", 6'8", wing, long, athletic. You got Elijah Gore, 6'2" guard, who was at St. Patrick's School of St. Patrick's in New Jersey. He was one of the best guards there. I think he's a sophomore. You got Goy, he's another sophomore. Patty is in Atlanta. You got Tony Mag, just went to Florida. We got a lot of kids. You got obviously Justin. I think one of the best players now would be Justin and Delane. Delane's already at a Division One, but Justin Assey he's probably our best player out there right now. That's not at a 4-year. Kerr Miller, you know about Kerr Miller, coach.
I do.
I mean, we got then Tessie. I think is another sleeper out in Northwest. I feel like he might do some big things in that conference this year. I mean, I feel like I'm very confident in our guys to get the job done because Brad, like not to brag or anything, like we have a winning culture here at Red Root. So when we send guys over, we expect them to help their teams contribute to winning. And
Yeah.
if I'm to be fair, I'm high on all our guys right now. I feel like coaches should be calling all of our guys right now.
Just to be transparent, I've tried to help Red Roos in the past. I've tried to help get guys places here in the United States in the past, and I've been successful sometimes. I want to be more successful, but I will tell you, I have never put a red roo in an organization where that coach called me and said, "Why did you send me this guy? Why did you send me this terrible trash player that's never going to see the court?" I've never gotten that call, and I don't think I ever will. And I think that's due to the skills development that you guys have, the culture you guys are developing, and just the don't bring that stuff back to Australia because you're not accepted if you go out there and fail.
Yeah, we're not gonna, if they're not ready, we're not gonna send you no kid. Like one is bad, it's bad for the kid because he's not gonna have a good time. It's bad for both programs, and then now relationships are burned. We're not about that. No, I don't like. We don't care how bad the kid wants to go. If they're not ready, we're gonna keep it honest with them. No, you're not ready. Like, just
Yeah.
wait. Just wait. You know what I mean? 'Cause
So we talked about Justin. We talked about the kid in Northwestern. What about the two kids at Baltimore City Community College? What should we
Quit and
expect out of
Thomas.
those guys? Yeah, what should we expect out of those guys?
They're hungry, coach. They're hungry. As soon as I came back here, we got some work in right away, and they're being in my ear, just asking about stories, feedback. What should I do? Just they're hungry, and we've been playing pickups with a few pros and other college guys, and they're hanging. They're comfortable. They're hanging, and just once they learn the game, the system, they'll take off with it. I mean, Thomas has been to America twice with us and played AAU. I mean, he was on that team that we went to was 11-0, 2 championships, and he was like he's a dog. The way we play here, we encourage people to play. It will fit JUCO styles or any college styles that play fast. Cause we'll teach you to play fast, guard, being able to shoot, and also being able to slow down and run sets. So I feel like they're gonna have a fabulous year. So I'm very high on Thomas and Quich, both a point guard, and a forward, and they both can guard, and they're hungry and they're dogs.
So you just said something that caught my ear. You said that your guys play a very fast-paced game. Here in the United States in high school, a lot of our guys, you come to these schools that don't have shot clocks, and the games are low scoring, 38-40, 36-38. And I think when they get to the college level, it's a little too fast for them. They're not ready.
Yep.
It doesn't sound like that's a problem for you guys.
No, sir, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. But we just try to give them, like I said, we got coaches that have played at that level, so we're trying to give them game as much as possible to prepare them for that moment. Obviously, they're not going to go in there right away and just get it, but they're expecting, like when they get there, there won't be any surprise. It's like, oh yeah, Coach Mike or Coach T told me about this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what we're doing on our end.
Okay. And I'm going to give my last question before I pass it over to Kevin. So my question that I ask everybody is, what's your why? Why do you do what you do? You could have just went back to Australia after having a great career here in the United States and went to work anywhere. You could have just focused on NBL. You could have done just Mike and only Mike. Why do you do what you do? Why do you give back?
I mean, just I was one of the first players to play for this program, man. It's helped me a lot. You know what I mean? It's kept me at a steady lane, and I've met friends that I've called brothers, and I always call brothers, and I feel like every kid deserves the experience that I had. You know what I mean? And I know they can all achieve it because before I went, not many kids from this area made it across. You know what I mean? And once I went over there, it just everybody's eyes like opened up because now they believe they can make it. So I'm just trying to do my part in order to give back because we're not in this world to take stuff. We're here to give back. So that's probably my why. I'm trying to give back some of my experiences and then hopefully to change some of these kids' lives and then they come back and do what I do. Just change the cycle a little bit. You know what I mean?
I do.
Mike, I'm just I want to say in awe, but just kind of listening and putting things in kind of perspective.
Yeah.
What are the struggles that your guys when they come to the States? Like what have y'all seen to be a struggle, and what have y'all done to help them with those struggles?
I say a culture shock. Like you wouldn't think you there would be one, but depending on where you go, like my school, I went to Glendive, Montana. So
Mhm.
I got there and I think it was a blizzard or it was heavy snow, and I never seen snow in my life. So like I had to adjust to the cold, like wearing like the right proper, warm uniform like clothing. Like I didn't. It took me a while to understand that. Like I put on two coats, I think I'm fine. I'm still cold. That I feel
Yeah.
like the environment part. But then again, you have great people that look after you and whatnot to help you get through it. And I feel like another thing that helps us, or let's say the athletes get through it, is we send them to great schools. Like Brad is just not going to send a kid to a school just because of the school. He's going to make sure it's a good coach that will help the kid as well. You know what I mean? So I feel just
Yeah.
us working together with Brad or whoever's helping the kid.
Mm. Well, I hope to get tutored by Brad to be a part of the process. Um, from the first time he mentioned the Red Ruse, I've been really intrigued. So I hope to be part of the process with Brad. Um, I want to learn from him how to assist. Um, Man, I just think it's a great thing that you're doing. Obviously, you're giving back to your country. Um, I know that Brad gives back to the game of basketball because it helped get him out of his situation, and we're more alike than we realized
Mhm.
because we do a lot of things, and I just want to be able to give on a bigger stage. To be quite honest,
Yeah.
um, what does basketball like in Australia look like? Like is it like going to and because I'm naive, I really don't know how far away it is.
Yeah.
Um, there seems to be like their own league of Sudanese teams. Is that right?
Uh, it would be not a league. It would be they just tournaments. I think all
Tournament.
that is AAU tournaments. So and
Okay.
there's different Sudanese clubs. Like it's not just Red Roo that Red Roo aren't the only Sudanese club doing what we're doing, sending kids up. I mean, you got the Longhorns, you got Adelaide Warriors, you got Savannah Pride, which is in Sydney. Then you got I think Rams, Eastside Rams in Adelaide. Then also you got Longhorns. Longhorns have been doing this the longest out of everybody.
The guys that are coming to you, you said they come like 4 days a week. Are
Yeah,
they still living with their families?
yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. They live with their family. They catch public transport.
The-
Uh, you remember Thomas at BCC? Him and Quish, they would travel about an hour and 15 minutes on public transport, buses,
the-
trains, just to practice for 2 hours, an hour and a half,
they're
and
like
then
the
go back home.
doghouse in Melbourne, if you want to know the
Yeah,
truth.
okay. All right, that's what I kind of figured, but
yeah.
I didn't know how
You
to ask
gotta,
that
yeah. We're,
question.
we're we're not gonna go and get you if you want to get here. There's ways to get here and just just get here and we'll
Yeah,
take care of the rest. That's what we tell the kids. And the hardest part is probably getting here.
yeah,
Even that getting it home. You know what I mean? So, but if they want it, they can do it because it's possible. It definitely
yeah,
be done.
Yeah,
yeah,
And that's where the grind starts from there. If you can wake up in the morning, come all the way here for an hour, commute an hour here, put some work in, go back to school. I mean, you want it. And then when you get to America, there's no surprises. When I got there was really no surprises about the work. Like we understood the work, and that's what
yeah.
we try to do here as well.
It, and you know another thing. I said I wasn't gonna have any more questions, and I guess I'm not. I'm just gonna talk because that's what I do. Um, Another thing is, I can tell a guy in Texas, "Hey, I got a school in Kansas that likes you," and they're like, "Oh no, that's too far from home. I want to be closer to home." That's a little soft, if you ask me.
Oh yeah,
When you got
100%.
That's a little soft, right? When you
yeah.
got a guy from Melbourne, Australia. I don't know if you've seen Melbourne. Just Google it. Probably the most
Mhm,
beautiful city on earth, right? I
mhm.
mean, it's gorgeous. Them, Brisbane, anywhere in Australia, and they're willing to go to North Dakota, Maine, um, anywhere in the United States, Wyoming, to come play basketball. It's because they love the game. If I'm a coach, I want a kid who loves the game. I don't want a kid who's scared to go 4 hours away from home when I can get a kid who's willing to go 17-hour plane ride because he is willing to do whatever it takes to be a better player. And that's why I work so hard to help Red Ruse get kids over here in the United States, because Americans say they got a dog mentality. That's a dog mentality.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Here at It Ain't For Everybody. And truthfully, it's just not.
No, it definitely isn't. We tell our kids, man, JUCO or college is not for you, and that's okay. Just at least go out there and try it. You're gonna see the game different when you get back.
Yes. And thanks for joining TAN TV. And we'll get in touch again soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, Mike. Vance Bradford would ask you if you could invite anyone from heaven to sit and talk with one more time, who would it be?
I'd probably say one of my close friends, Yudi Amom. He was part of this program. I think he went to America a few months before I went, and then he sadly passed when I was over there. So I feel like if I could talk to him about just the JUCO experiences and whatnot, and it would be, I'd be awesome. That's my answer.
Do you have a hobby outside of basketball?
I don't know. I compete. I'm a competitor, so whatever that involves competing, I'll do it. Like me and the coaches, we just play pool now. So that, they got me to pool. Now I play chess to compete. Even though I'm bad at it, I still want to compete. I like to compete. So if there's anything that has to do with competing, then I'm there. But hobby wise, not really. I just see my nieces and nephews and just hang out. To be honest, I don't do much.
Yeah.
And going to small towns made me a boring person. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's Kevin Howell, the One Scout, here covering the Gasso Showcase. I was very fortunate running to Coach Willie. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey everybody. I'm Coach Willie from San Antonio, Texas, right here. Director of San Antonio King Hoops. I've been here in San Antonio for a few years, but I took over King Hoops about 3 years ago, and just trying to help kids get to the next level and try to do what they got to do as far as academically, athletically, whatever they need from me, I try to help them reach their goals.
He's being a little bit humble. In those 3 years, they put like 32 kids at various levels. And
that is true.
I've been fortunate to run into like a Sean Lee.
Right.
As they worked with him through that summer, and now he's a Wayland Baptist.
Yes, correct.
We talked with Kai Guest earlier. That's a great individual.
Yes.
And Sean was a great individual. Right. So I guess you bring along great individuals as well.
Well, that's the goal. That's really the goal, is to teach them, how to be great young men and play that part into basketball. Like if you're a great young man, you have good morals, good work ethic, that'll help you when you're talking about recruitment. Like, coaches want good kids with good high character. They don't want to have to worry about you when the lights go off. So we try to breed that into the kids that we coach and that we bring to our program.
And you're doing a great job, and I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir.
It's Kevin Howell, the One Scout, Gasso Showcase, and you're watching TAN TV.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
All right.